I wouldn't encourage you to be paying money to agents over and over again and they are not helping you. Instead, use that money to buy a land. Use that money to acquire property. Use that money to invest in a business. Use that money for something that you can use to show and establish ties to your home country. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for subscribing and watching, and if you haven't subscribed, we strongly encourage you to subscribe. Today I want to talk to you about how to increase your chances of getting your visa approved, whether it's a US visa application, Canada visa application, whatever it is. Regardless of the visa type, I'm sharing with you 5 tips, right? 5 tips to increase your chances of getting your visa approved. Right, so point number 1, when you go for a visa interview, like we've been sharing on this channel, the burden of proof is on you to convince the consular officers or the embassy officers that you are going to return to your home country. And the only way to do this is to prove and establish your ties to your home country. How do you do this? You do this through establishing family ties. Are you married? Do you have kids? Right? Do you have any properties, any financial backing, anything of that sort, right? That can help you to establish your ties, right? So if you're a student, you can get a letter from your school to show that you are a student, the level, the program you are studying, and your current grade or whatever it is, and submit it to the consular office during your interview. When I was applying for my US visa interview, I was then in the United Kingdom, and I had to get a letter of confirmation from my school to actually show them that I'm here schooling in the United Kingdom on a scholarship and I'm coming to the US, and I'll definitely return to the UK and go back to my home country. Okay, so I wouldn't encourage you to be paying money to agents over and over again and they are not helping you. Instead, use that money to buy a land. Use that money to acquire property. Use that money to invest in a business. Use that money for something that you can use to show and establish ties to your home country. Because like I said, you need to prove that you'll definitely come back, and that's the only way that you can prove the ties. So point number 2 is you don't have to overshare about your relationship with family members in the United States. Okay, if they ask you, fair enough, but if they don't, you don't have to overshare. For example, if you are going to visit a family member, you are going for a conference, that is not the time for you to talk about a relationship with your fiancé who you're about to get married to, who is living in the United States, or a family member in the United States. If they ask you, okay, you are going for a conference, do you have any family member? Fair enough, you can mention it. But if they don't ask, there is no point. If you are going to visit a family member, your sister, your brother, that is what you should focus on. You don't have to be talking about your fiancé or your girlfriend or your boyfriend. That is going to send a signal that you are not ready to come back, guys. So pay attention and don't overshare. If they ask you, fair enough. If they don't, do not overshare about your ties or your relationship with people in the United States, in Canada, or whichever country that you are going to visit. Point number 3 is talking about work whilst you are applying for a non-immigrant visa. Okay, so non-immigrant visas in itself do not allow you to work. Non-immigrant visas do not allow you to work. So if you are going for the interview, if you are applying for a non-immigrant visa, don't share or talk anything about work. If you're applying for a B1, B2 visa for the United States, it is just a visit visa, for a visitor's visa, and visitor visa do not allow you to work. So if they are asking you questions, trying to trick you to find out whether you work if you get an opportunity, guys, don't talk about it, because it is a huge no. You are going to be refused your visa right on the spot. Do not share any information about work. The point number 4 is sending signals that you don't know. If they are asking you questions, you're like, I'm not too sure, I don't know. right? You don't know about your itinerary. You don't know the address of the person that you are going to visit. You don't know the address of the conference that you are going, the hotel, whatever it is. You know, if you are say you are going for a conference, prepare yourself. If it's a conference for engineers, if it's a conference for nurses, whatever conference the field is in, be prepared to, as you know, show confidence that you know what you are talking about, that you are a professional and you know what you are talking about. Saying I don't know is tantamount to sending signals that you are probably trying to lie or cheat. You are trying to lie or cheat. The top strategy or tip number 5 is sometimes when your visa is approved or during the visa interview, if they are asking you to send them your itinerary or your plane ticket, right, guys, make sure that since it's a non-immigrant visa, you are having a two-way ticket. You are having a ticket that has a return ticket. Don't make that mistake of buying a one-way ticket. It doesn't happen very often, but there are some people that get into the country and at the border, before they allow them entry, they check their itinerary, and if it's just a one-way ticket, they are going to be suspecting you that you are trying to come and overstay and not wanting to go. So please pay attention, do these things and increase your chances. Number 1, make sure you're establishing your ties. Number 2, do not overshare information regarding your family members or relationship in the country that you intend to visit. Just share just about enough information. Don't talk about work when you know you're applying for a non-immigrant visa. Do not show anything like uncertainty. They're asking you a question you are not sure, so be fully prepared that you have all the answers. You know, if you are visiting someone, you are able to confidently talk about the person without any fear or favor. You know the job that the person is doing, how long the person has stayed in the country, and all those sort of things. And lastly, as I mentioned, be sure to have a two-way ticket. If you are going to that country, get to the border, you are able to prove that you are going and you're coming, guys. So use these things. This is based on experiences. This is based on what people have shared with us. And if you have any other strategy, use the comment section below, any question that you may have, and we are happy to respond to you. Thank you for watching, and until we come your way again next time, stay blessed.